the biggest challenge that we face now is the uncertainty. No one knows first when an actual effective vaccine will be commercially available. We know that a lot of hope is coming, but until the vaccine is in the market and people can reach it and it is available for everybody, then the level of confidence will stack up. As we have seen in the last week or so, in the last 2 weeks, a second wave that's coming in Europe and other part of the world, which puts also another risk and another on these countries. So countries are taking tougher measures to confront the COVID-19. But overall, we have to live with COVID-19. We have to life has to go on, and we have to really minimize the risk of COVID-19 on people, because that's the whole objective.
Yeah.
And trade and investment is the engine for that.
Minister, if I may just pick up on exactly that point, trade. And again, in your discussions with your peers in the last few days, would you say that when it comes to the US and China, that they have been less cooperative because these trade tensions are playing out between the two? Or would you say, Yousef, multilateralism is alive, it's well, and I'm not worried about that?
Well, the good news is that we had 3 meetings this year where China and the United States are part of these meetings. And respectively, in all the 3 meetings, we have consensus. We have agreed that the flow of trade among nations and flow of medicines and medical equipment and food was a priority, and the G20 countries are all in agreement. So in a nutshell, all countries have put their hands together for a global interest rather than a national interest.
Also, in terms of the dates for the formal summit later on in the year, is it going to take place, the G20 in Saudi Arabia, as an in-person event, or is it going to be virtual? Are we talking November? Are we talking December? Could you give our audience a bit of an update?
Well, the G20 presidency will soon announce when and how and all the details of the summit. But the importance is the summit will happen and the outcome of that summit. This summit comes in times where it is not only a G20 summit, it is a global summit that everyone is watching. What are the outcomes? We need to promote hope. Life has to go back. Economy has to turn around. Jobs have to come back. So the real important is holding the summit, and hopefully that signals and a testimony for the world that economy is really coming back.
The Saudi Arabian revenues from oil sales are down about 62% over the course of the year, and that sort of is in line with some of the other pain that a lot of the other economies are also being brought to bear there. What about the VAT policy at 15%? Is that a tool that you could use to sort of recalibrate some of your non-oil income?
Definitely, the impact of oil prices have affected Saudi Arabia's revenue. And as you know, Saudi Arabia, like any other countries, have to adjust its wheels and navigation track to meet these challenges. And we were able in the last few years to develop a diversified means of revenue streams that could help not being totally dependent on oil. And VAT, one of these means. Definitely, and a lot of people think it is painful in a short term, but it was a corrective, an action that was needed for the time. And we hope that economy will grow, and definitely a lot of revenue options can be looked into.
Is it something that could be lowered? Because at the end of the day, once the economy start opening up, you've got your neighbors, the UAE and some of the others, they're at 5%. That opens up the window to arbitrage, doesn't it?
The government is in a continuous review of what is best for its people and its nation and its interest. And we are assessing as we go all the options, and I hope that we come out of this pandemic safe and sound, and I'm sure that the government will take the actions that help and help to stimulate the economy and make sure that the citizens and its economy in a steady growth and happy, sustainable development.